Ndawuwe. Shewe, ndawuwe. Ngiyanibingelela ngithi camagu thokozani, camagu thokozani. Kini nonke ngithi lisedi makukhanye kini nonke. Thokozani bogogo, thokozani bomkhulu. Uyanibingelela umsa wamazelwandle, uyanibingelela umtukulu kamakeretana, umafavuka nje ngedangamane. Tulu kamakeretana hankarantima. Udula nyama senkopolo ningayiboni kuzaca kodwa igcwele amafutha. Umgadlela kaNdaba inyanga mthakathi. Ngiyanibingelela nonke, ngiyajabula nje kuthola lesikhathi kokuthi sibuye sihlangane sikhulume futhi sichubekele siye phambili ngesihloko sethu njengoba sinesihloko lesingathi siyasidingida ngaleli limi lesingisi. We have got a topic that we are dealing with. It's a series of topic which you remember very well. We had part 1 and we had also part 2. Now we are coming to part 3 of the same topic that we are talking about. We are talking about why there are so many TWASA, why so many people these days are being initiated to become a TWASA, why so many of them these days have become a TWASA, you see. So it's a worrying factor to some other people. So you find in a family, almost everyone in a home has become Sangoma. Mama, daughter, everyone has become Isangoma, and which it's common these days. And it's worrying to some other people why such things are happening. But you know, some people, they even created some joke and mock our people about this and say, hey, it's because of AIDS. I've yet even some there on TikTok, they've got jokes that about saying, hey, these days AIDS bantu ibenza babe izangoma, yabona, ibenza ibe izangoma, but saying ngono manje AIDS these days abantu ibenza babe izangoma, in which it's not true. It's not that people they get initiated because they are HIV positive, as some people they think that people they get initiated, they become sangoma because they are HIV positive. It's not a truth that most of these people are HIV positive. Some of them even do. They are those maybe who are positive, and some of them they do even take ARVs, but still they don't go there because of AIDS. I doubt if there's anyone who become a sangoma because he doesn't take ARV or because the person is positive. I doubt. There might be those who are sangoma because they are positive, but they've not become isangoma because of being positive. You see, but I've seen that people, they've turned this to be a mockery, where they mock people, where they do whatsoever they want to do. They say whatsoever they do on TikToks and all other things on social media, talking bad about our people, those who become sangomas. If you could remember, I had part 1, I had part 2 of this. Today I'm going to I'm continuing now on part 3 of this topic. I'm continuing on part 3 of this topic. I talked about immigration as one of the reasons why people have become sangomas. I talked about refusal of our grandparents to accept the calling as one of also the cause that for people to become sangomas. And then I talked about a name, which I say that's the reason when a person afika ephehlweni, the first thing a person that needs to be done, the person kumele agajekwe, the person kumele agajekwe, so that this person egajekweni kwakhe, a name will be revealed. Then the name will come out to know who indeed this person is. Who is this person? Because as I've said, that even ancient, a child was not just named. They would because our people used to believe in the reincarnation. So as they used to believe in the reincarnation, they used to want to find out exactly who is the person that is coming back to life, and then so that the child will be given a proper name. So because some children, they used to get very sick just because of a name. And indeed, even these days, it still happens that people, they get sick just because they are crying for a name. Ngikhulumile about this thing yokuthi kunalento le ngesintu which we say imamba or imamba imbamba I'm saying imamba or impamba ngeSwati or imamba kusong kuthi kukhulunywa ngezinto ezikhalelekako, the things that are needed to be done. So where you will find that the child will cry for a name. And then secondly, I've spoke that every spirit has got its own culture. Every spirit has got its own culture. The way the people they used to live, those who had that certain spirit, every spirit has got its culture. And the spirit that is in you, if you have got particular maybe umdawe, will demand some of those cultural things to happen. You know, I've made an example about drums. Drums over are played in Africa. The very same drums, the way they are played ebungomeni, you will find in other places in Africa that they are normally played. Maybe later the day, you will find that they will stay in the fire and play the drum. And then as they play the drums, some people, they get into trance and then they go baba semoyeni bangena into trance, and then emveni kwaloko they prophesy, they tell things, and to some other people such things happening, it's something that is very, very, very normal, that such things will happen, that people, they will stay under fire and play the drums. And you find that in you have got the spirit of those people who were used to stay in the fire and play drums and dance. But now, because of what we call civilization and the like, especially here in South Africa, because South Africa has so much forsaken our cultural roots. The life or the African lifestyle have so much, especially you come to people at Lokshin, if you can see that the most people TWASA who become Sangoma are the people from the townships. Why it's more of the township? When you go to the rural places, they do, but it's not like those people who are a township. That is to confirm that it's because most of those people in the township, they're the ones who have mostly forsaken the culture of the spirits that is within them. And these people in the location, when they could trace their forefathers, some they come from Mozambique, some they come from Malawi, some they come from Swaziland, some they come from Lesotho, some they come from from where their forefathers are coming. There was a certain culture, and the spirit that is within them will long and they will cry for that particular culture to be performed. When you see like dancing, so these days people, you find that they've got problems with their feet. They've got problems with their feet. Some of the people who go for initiation, they know that they've got problems with their feet, which are mostly caused maybe by umdawe. Even umguni can also cause problem with the feet. It's because there is a cry, or there's a need for you to go and dance. But unfortunately these days, things that we used to find just in a home, every home used to have some drums, where at a particular time they will beat drums and dance, and then the spirit will rejoice. But these days you find that such things, in order for the spirit to hear, a person had to go a pathway. A person, in order for a person to dance, a person has to go to a pathway. In order for a person to hear drums being beaten, a person will have to go to a pathway. When your spirit is crying to hear for a drums, you have to go a pathway. So the thing that we have forsaken our culture, our way of life, it contributes a lot that you will find some of the people have to go for initiation. That's why some people, they go for initiation, not just that because they are healers on themselves, but they go to initiation because they are kalelega. That's why a majority of the people who go for initiation, after coming back, they don't even heal. They can't even do anything. Some they just stay and become calm, and the sickness gone and everything, and then they become well, but they cannot heal. Why such things will happen? Because some, it's not that maybe in particular they were supposed to be healer, but it's because there were things, there were things that are needed. You see, as I've said that every spirit has got its culture. Every spirit has got its color, have got its attire. So some of these attires which are worn, you find the regalia which are dressed by a sangoma. To other people, it's just a culture. But it's just that most sangomas, they don't want to learn, to research and find out more information. They will be surprised to find that some of the things, to them, they take them as very special, as very in particular. But you go to other cultures, you find that those things are just normal in their culture. As I've said that some of the things that are dressed, most of the things that are dressed in sangomas, you go to other cultures, you find that they are normal. The beads that are worn in the head, you find that in other cultures, such is just a normal. It's something that they wear day to day. You talk about izimfiso. There are in other cultures where you will find that izimfiso, they are something that you wear day by day. You go to other cultures, you will find that imbamba, that people they wear in their head. It's a normal thing they wear on daily basis. It's something that they do on daily basis. And if you have got that particular spirit and you are not wearing such things, there might be a need that the spirit might cause trouble, because sikalela, or the spirit needs that you must wear lezo izimfiso, you must wear leo mbamba, you must wear those colors, you must dress the injeti. That's why some other people, they will even dream being given injeti in their dreams, and it shows that their ancestors ayayikhalela le injeti. Some people, they will dream given certain types of emahiya in their dreams, and those are, it shows that those things ziyakhaleleka. Those things ziyakhaleleka, or such things. Some people, they dream so many things happening to them, because those are the things ezikhalelekako kwekuthi zenzeke in their life. But now the unfortunate part is that you will find that now you have to go, you go for initiation in order to experience such things, and which in your culture, if you knew your culture, these were things that are normal to have. I have said that even in my culture, I've said several times that injeti, nepalo, and a white cloth, it's something that is common and compulsory in my culture. It's not something that you wear because unedlozi. It's not that you have to wait because unedlozi. It's not like that. But it's something that it's necessary. It's necessary in our culture that this thing you must have because of our background, because of where we come from, because from our background we come from a nation of Amandawe, because we come from a nation of Amandawe. So such thing it's common to us. So some other people, they will wear it. They won't have it until they have to go a patient. But to some other people, even in dreams, he will saw and he will see himself given injeti. In the dream, given injeti. Why given injeti? Because it's part of this person. And the person now says, I TWASA and go for initiation just because he lacks those things which are supposed to be there in that person's culture, which are supposed to be there in the culture of that person, as I've mentioned. You know, I have seen some nations, you know, when you go to a patron, there is a time whereby after maybe Lidlozil Pobogile, they would be saying that now it's time for amambatho where kuthiwa khona kumbathiswa khona idlozi, you know, whereby they will use little money and do your hair bakhe isiyendle lokwakhwako so for emaTWASA emaTWASA normally we see ukuthi bakuyaphothwa lapha they use little money to make isiyendle. So but now, hey, when you go to other cultures, especially go maybe further in Ethiopia, you will find people whom to have isiyendle, it's normal to them. It's a daily life for them. That's what they do. And you find that in somewhere, in somehow, you are connected to that culture. You are connected to those people because we in Africa, we have so much intermarried one another, and even before we are connected in one way or another. We are connected as African, and you may find that in your bloodstream that thing is there, where you have to do your hair, fagwel tumane, and all the like, which these days people they don't even use proper tumane, maybe because it is cutting. I don't know why. Some they just use general oxide. You see. They don't use litumane, pure tumane. But you find that there are these nations where they will use litumane. To them, it's a lifestyle. It's a daily basis to them. And if you are coming from that nation, that thing is okalelega. You will find that you have got a terrible headache. A terrible headache that happens to you. And then also you have to, in order for you, because of your circumstance, because you have been alienated from your culture, in order to experience that, you have to go a pathway. Just to experience that, you have to go a pathway, and you find ukuthi yiyo into ekhalelelekako kuyo ngoba these things are part of our blood and ziyakhaleleka. And when you have to go to a pathway ukuthi ube nesiyendle, but where you find ukuthi to other people whom you are connected culturally, it was a daily thing that they have isiyendle. You see, because some people labaya boTWASA abanabo bunyanga. Abanabo bunyanga labayithola, they have the emadlozi, but abanabo bunyanga. That's why when they come back they won't even heal, and they don't even have a desire to practice. Some people are forced by the circumstances to go there, but they don't have a desire even to heal. Let's remember that. Let me remind you that bunyanga, it's more about being able to kuhlola and being able to heal people. That's the two basic necessary things. You see, you can dress all these things and fagema beats and do all those things. Those things, you are doing them for yourself. All those attires and all the like, they don't heal people, but it's for you. Ngoba zikhaleleka lakuwe is to heal yourself. It's for your own benefit. But it's not the thing that defines ubunyanga kuwe, because bunyanga is to be able to divine, is to be able to heal people and know muti. Because when a patient comes to you, he doesn't expect you to dance. Kungenzeka ukuthi kukhaleleke i-dancing kuwe, because some people, as I've said, that baphathwa izinyawo because i-dancing ne-drums, they are needed in them. You know, every time we do miss, even I, several times I do miss just to hear some drums, because it's within our bloodstreams. And sometimes we can get sick just because we miss such things. Just because we miss such things, we can get sick. So, but because again, then we find ourselves, because of our circumstance, uma siyohlola, then emva lokho basifaka ephehlweni bese singena ephehlweni. That's why I've said some other people nje kuyakudingeka ukuthi ayoparula nje kuphela. kungabi nesidingo sokuthi ayohamba yonke le process emva kwalokho this person carry on with i-life yakhe, but bazokufaka kuyo yonke le process because nathi phela inyanga nazo ziyafuna ukuthi zihlafune, because there are times where you don't need to get into the whole process, but there is a particular thing ekhalelago, but that thing is only found ephehlweni, because some of the things which you would find generally in our culture these days, you can only find them ephehlweni, in which before it wasn't like that. But when you go to the other nations in Africa, you can still find those things generally in the community. You can still find drums, you can still find people dancing, even these dances which you see as Nyanga's dancer. These dances are not unique only for Izinyanga. You can find other cultures. I've seen other cultures dancing the same way of dancing, yet they are not even Izinyanga, but to them it's just within their culture. As I've said, that you can find people in other culture wearing beads, wearing all these things in fiso, enyawen, whatsoever. To them, it's their culture. And if you are connected to this culture, such things is might zikalelege kuwe. At one stage, you must have them. At one stage, you must have them. And at other time, you must wear such things because ziyakalelega la kuwe. Like there are nations where little man, they use it and smear the whole body with little man, and to them it's their lifestyle to smear the whole body with little man. But now other people, they will only experience that gupi ephehlweni. They will only experience little man to be smeared throughout the body gupi ephehlweni during the process of emambato. That's the only time they will experience little man. But you find that they are linked to a tribe which they were used to smear the little man throughout the whole body. But now to them, say yo kalelega, they will have constant headache, bashawe inhloko, umzimba ube buhlungu, baze labanye ngathi bashawa na stroke, yini na little man liyakalelega in their body, liyakalelega little man kuthi libe smeared throughout their whole body. And then at the end of the day, but because they are alienated from their culture, these people, they find themselves forced to go ephehlweni. That's where they will experience such things. Where they will experience such things, you see. So it's not all people who go ephehlweni because they are going to heal people. But some people, they go because there's a need. There's a cry within their spirit. The spirit, it's in hunger. It needs a certain way of life. It needs a certain culture. You see, it needs a certain culture because, as I've said, that every spirit has got its own culture, has got its own way of life, has got its own language. The language it speaks. That's why when you will speak the language of that spirit. If no matter you are a Sotho, no matter you are a Zulu, no matter you are what nationality, but you are going to speak the language which the culture, the language of Isindawe, which it is, you are going to speak the language of Isindawe. And when, so in Ndawe format, the music that is going to be sung there is going to be Isindawe music. The song will be Isindawe because but you find that such of the song to other people who are living their Isindawe culture, it's something that is normal. To you, you experience such things only because now you have gone to ephehlweni. That's the only time you find yourself experiencing such music, because now you have gone and go ephehlweni. So you see, so these are the things ziyakalelega. And there are those who go ephehlweni because vele definitely banedlozi and lidlozi labo, not ukuthi labantu abayephehlweni abanamadlozi, banemadlozi vele, majority of them. But lesi sikhathi, it's not that they are going to be healers, but kunezinto ezikhalelwa elidlozi layo, as I've mentioned I've been mentioning some of the things ezikhalelwa amadlozi abo ukuze labantu laba baphile kahle. And when those things are not done, impilo ayibi khona. Bayophathwa maqolo, bayophathwa back pain, ikhalo, and all the like. All those things they will manifest and happen because there is a cry, and some of them even their life will be messed up because there's a cry. You know, when a person is a healer, you will see the person even from the young age that a person is a healer. A person who's a healer normally likes mixing things. You will just generally see that the person, he likes mixing things. He likes mixing things, this person. So, one of the reasons people batwasa and batwasa bazebanga lapina luto is because kuyakhaleleka. Lesi sikhathi kukhaleleka lidumane. That's why lesi sikhathi uma ngabe une constant headache, we will say drink lidumane and uthathe lidumane, you smear it into your head. Some of the people sibanika lidumane and smear it on their head, and then inhloko ibe ngqono because iyakhaleleka lento likhalela lelidumane ledlozi lakhe lelaphana because sonke sinawo emadlozi but kodwa kuyakuthi akhalela ini. Some is not a matter that we will be healers, but kuyakhaleleka. There is a need, there is a demand that this thing must be fulfilled. So if you could see and check all these things that are happening ebungomen, you will find that some of the things in other nations, they are happening without one going to for initiation. When you check, as I've said, that most of the people about TWASA, especially in South Africa, notice them. Most of the majority are from the township. And the township people are the worst people when it comes to people who have forsaken their culture. Their way of life, they're the worst because of forsaking their culture, and that's why they've got a large number of people who becoming Izangoma. You know, that's why even the rich children from the rich family, there are all those people who doesn't know. They think it's only poverty. There's people who are poor who are becoming Sangoma. No, you are wrong if you're thinking like that. We have got children from doctors, from lawyers, from families which are claimed to be rich, who have become Sangomas from all sort of life, because we are Kalelega, from rich suburb and everywhere. You will find children coming from there. Even people who are highly educated, they have been forced to go a pehlweni, because of lidlozi lebanalo, because we are Kalelega. There are things that needs to be fulfilled in their life. There are colors, there are some attires that they need to wear. If those people were wearing those attires as part of their culture, the Lidlozi was not going to trouble them. The spirit was going to be satisfied in their life. But now, because these people, all those things, they have forsaken. All these things, they have forsaken. So, fanele ukuthi aze aye epehlweni afakwe mambatho ukuze this person ajabulise ledlozi. As I've said, nathi kufanele ukuthi aze ayoshayelwa, ayososelwa, agajekwe, kuze athole the right name the person was supposed to be called uma ngabe bekhaleleka ligama. Hayi, ngithi ndawuwe bogogo, ndawuwe bomkhulu, ndawuwe makhehla, ndawuwe zalukazi, ndawuwe etindzaweni tonke. Ngithi asime lapho ngepart 3, besikhuluma ngepart 3. Part 4 is coming soon. Part 4 is coming soon. Lapho khona sizokhuluma ngempande. Njengoba sikhulumele ngathinda ngabo language. Lidlozi nje liyakhalela nokuthi nje kukhulunywe nelwimi lalo. Uyabo, sikhuluma kakhulu ngeculture, sikhuluma kakhulu ngema-attire, the things we wear, which is to some other cultures, all these things are natural. All these things that you wear, you see Sangomas are wearing. Go to other cultures, you will find that that's a normally day-to-day dress attire. As I've said, that you could go, those who sometimes watch Nigerian movies, especially those ones in the rural, you will find people wearing imbamba, just as their day-to-day uses. Those people, if you could start to research, you will find that these things that we normally say, hey, they are sacred to Abangoma, some of the things, but to some other cultures, they are not sacred. They are things that are done day by day. As I've said, it's common to some other people. Even to the Themba tribe, it's a daily use. They smear their body because they don't bath. They smear their body with litumane. They smear their body and use litumane to smear their body. And to them, it's their culture. They drink litumane. To them, their culture. So if you are connected to such people and you have never tested litumane, what litumane is, you have never smeared it in your body, you have never put it in your head, obviously you will have headaches, you will have constant headaches, you will have problems because those things ziyakhaleleka kuwe. So these are some of the things that have caused people batwasa kangaka in South Africa, and which most of them akusho ukuthi they twasa because they are going to become healers, because some of them they don't even have ubunyanga or the healing within them. That's why some of them batwasa because to satisfy what is needed to them. And then because they don't understand the reason behind all these things. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Silindza. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Silindza. Ungakhohlwa siyahlola over the phone. Uma ufuna sihlolele special noma bukude noma bu overseas noma hamba uyohlala enyangeni uyohlala enyangeni sizokuhlola and sikuhlole kahle nawe ube satisfied noma ungahamba uyohlala into the moon. Lidlozi phela aliko stagnant as some people they think lidlozi li stagnant. Lidlozi nalo liya revolve and move. And let's just cut kusho abantu laba ku Facebook uma ngathi ba ku Facebook leni bona nangabe thothi I social media kubo ba criticize social media babe ba ku social media kwabona ku Facebook bapana ku Facebook. So lidlozi liya revolve, things they happen in a different way. Siyathokoza nebengwazi, siyathokoza nebesilo, uyavalelisa umtukulu kamakeretane hankarantima uma fafuke njengedangamane isihlahla kasisho umtukulu kamakeretane hankarantima uyavalelisa umgadlela kandaba inyanga mthakathi. Ngithi subscribe to our page Silindza and share the page. Ungesabi ushare the page and utshele nalabanye ngale page. Siyathokoza ngithi ndawuwe Silindza.